Today we're going over 8 things you can do to lose that belly fat. You may have heard the saying, you can't outrun your fork. But the journey to losing that belly doesn't start with your fork. It starts before then. And today I'm going to go over 8 things you absolutely need to factor into your journey if you want it to be successful. Let's get right to it. Number 1, get used to reading labels. You pick up a package of Dad's cookies thinking, oatmeal cookies are mostly oatmeal and that's healthy, right? But looking at the label under ingredients, you see wheat flour, sugar, and then oatmeal. Ingredients are listed in the order of quantity, so there's actually more sugar in that cookie than oatmeal. There's a lot of nutritional information to be gained from reading the labels, including the kinds of unhealthy fats you actually might be consuming. I've put a link in the description below on how to read those labels, so check it out. Number 2, get out of the mindset that you're going on a diet. That's not what you're doing. It's about getting wiser and making smarter choices. Call it a plan or a life change or a habit change. Whatever terminology works best for you and doesn't trigger the I ain't doing this reaction. This is not about body positivity either, because you are a wonderful and beautiful human, regardless of your size. What it is about is being healthy, and all too often that means dropping some pounds to minimize those health risks. Number 3, track your food, because unless you do, you really don't understand what the impact is of guessing what a serving size is, or guessing just how many calories you just ate in that handful of healthy nuts. I don't know how many times I've had this conversation where people think they simply need to eat less to lose weight and cut out so much food that their body is actually in starvation mode. They don't know it and they don't understand why they're not losing weight. And the knowledge you gain about your own eating habits is astounding when you actually start tracking it, even if it's just tracking for a little while as a learning experience. Number 4, consider intermittent fasting, and I will put a link at the end of this video with more information on intermittent fasting. Now, I do this and periodically throw in a fasting day or fasting 2 days. It's really important to allow your liver some time to do its job of house cleaning without interruption, which is what happens as soon as you start eating. It also means that there's a window of time where you are not shoving food in your mouth. Number 5, slow down how fast you are eating your food. Let your brain register that you're eating, that you're enjoying it, that it's pleasurable. Lower that cortisol response. Let your brain have time to learn that you're full. Now, I have a link to another video at the end of this one to explain why that all matters. Number 6, focus on how your clothes fit versus what the scale says. Determine upfront how you're going to mark your progress. Take pictures of how you look, an outfit that you have a goal of getting into as a check to see how it fits. The scales do not tell the whole story. And if I had to draw one method of measuring success off the list of things you can do to mark your progress, it's this one. Number 7, journal. Take notes. Record how you feel when you start your journey. Really pay attention to how your stomach feels, what your aches are, where your pains are, headaches, stiff joints, no energy, even bowel movements. Write it down. This is important because at the end of each week or month or whatever time interval you decide on, note how you feel and then go back and look at the original notes. Keep doing that process to see how you're changing over time. Changes are not going to happen overnight, but after a while you are going to see the connection to food habits, and your health. And anytime you feel like falling back into those old habits, read your journal. It'll help you decide if you really want to go back to feeling the way you did when you started, or if you prefer how you're feeling today. Even better, if you do fall off the wagon, so to speak, note it in your journal. Find out why, and then you can gain insight into what your bad habit triggers are. Then you can find solutions so that you're in control, not the situation. And finally, number 8. Now this is important too. Get a baseline blood work done. Ask your physician to make sure that everything in the vitamin and mineral list is checked off. And if you are lacking in something, then you know where you need to start when it comes to making changes that are going to help you feel better and incorporate foods that will fill those nutritional deficiencies. Now, you're ready to start thinking about food when it comes to your belly and your weight loss journey. And the key thing to remember is that you have to burn more calories than you consume. That's called a calorie deficit. Without it, you will not lose that belly or any other weight. You may feel a lot better, but this gets back to what your original goals were. At the end of the day, our primary goal is to be the healthiest version of ourselves possible so we can live that kick-ass life. But I understand you just might want to fit into that bathing suit for your upcoming vacation. I get it. So stay tuned for the next video in this series as we actually then get into the food side of things. My name is Deb Day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.